Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sean from All Things EV. And before I segue into this interview with JR Garage, which is really, really good, I wanted to just tee it up. That way you sort of understand the intent and the heart behind it and get some context as well. So I ran into JR Garage at the Model Y event back in March. We agreed to connect. They offered to show me their beautiful cars, traditional exotic cars, and I also wanted to talk about what it was like to go from these well-made, high-end performance cars to performance Teslas. And they happen to own several performance Teslas. They've got a P90D Model X. They also have a performance Model 3, as well as a non-performance rear-wheel drive Model 3, and they've got plans to get the next-gen Tesla Roadster. So I hope you enjoy the interview. And then I also realized after watching this back again that for some reason it did not get the audio direct into the recording, so it does sound a little bit echoey. And to make the audio matters worse, they have a garage not too far away from the airport, so you'll hear periodically some planes fly by. Please excuse the bad audio for this one. I still wanted to put it out because I think the conversation is really interesting and their perspective is really valuable, comparing these traditional exotic hypercars to a very new company that's putting out performance specs very similar, if not better, to some of these cars that they have in their garage. So thanks for watching. Please enjoy. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sean from All Things EV, and I've got a couple of friends here. You might recognize their very familiar faces. This is Jeffrey and Christian from JR Garage.
Hey.
I flew in today to Phoenix and we connected. What was it, Model Y event?
Yeah.
I met Christian.
That's right.
And we're like, hey, let's meet up again. We're going to be in Phoenix. And so thank you for having me to your garage, the JR Garage.
Absolutely. So happy with how well it worked out.
Absolutely.
Able to meet you here.
Yes.
And we are in town for the Nikola
Motor. I want to say Nikola Tesla, right?
Yeah.
Like it sort of rolls off the tip of the tongue.
That's true.
So we have yet to attend that. It's going to happen tonight. They're going to reveal some trucks and maybe some other
Power
interesting
sports, perhaps.
things.
Maybe a surprise.
Yes. But I wanted to meet up with them just to sort of let you all, my audience and subscribers, hear their journey, because you love cars. You love really, really nice cars, and some of them are even electric, which we'll get to in just a moment. But I want to hear the story behind JR Garage. How did the channel get started?
Yeah, so what a fun ride it's been. We're coming up on 3 years now, actually. So still relatively new, but 3 years. We've had a lot of fun during this time. And we started in early 2016, actually. I had the crazy idea. We've been watching YouTube for years, all these big car channels, all the OG guys, and we're like, that's so cool, it'd be fun to share our own videos and just show people, some of our cars and us wrenching on them and having fun with them, really just spreading good vibes. So we posted our first videos, and no one really watched them, 5 or 10 views.
What was the first video?
Just literally me starting up our M3, our BMW. That's it, just a 30-second video. A good place to start, and then we slowly started working some edits and we get a few of those. We slowly started to level up and make some more videos, and then we started to get some traction. 50 followers, and then 100 followers, and then 500, and 1,000. And right when we hit 1,000, we had the video go mega viral, which was me driving the Dodge Viper to my high school. No one knew about the cool cars we had, so pulling up in it, we got some funny reactions. We put it into a video, and it went viral.
And that was such an exciting turning point, because then we could really, give these videos more of a budget and try to do bigger and more exciting things with it. And so we really enjoyed that. We've got to do things beyond our, what we ever expected to do on YouTube. And so
How old were you when that video went viral?
Yeah, I was 17.
And I just graduated high school, I think.
So you're 18 or 19.
Yeah.
So
Very young.
you're 17, 18 or 19, and you're driving a Dodge Viper around.
500 horsepower American car that's known to crash. What could go wrong? But I made a video about that. That was actually one of our first videos. You know, like Viper at 16 years old. Actually, I was 15, 16. I don't know. We bought it very young. But I made a video saying like, you know, is this a good idea? And basically in that video I talked about how it's important to be responsible, know the limits of the car, slowly work your way up. And we had, our first cars were like Porsches from the 80s, which Porsches, a lot of people think they're super powerful. I mean, these were 944s, base ones had 150 horsepower. Nothing crazy. It was a good place to start and level up to eventually gain the Viper. So that video was just talking about the importance of being mature.
Yeah, and it set a pretty good theme for the channel. I think that a lot of what the channel is kind of vehicle ownership and ownership experiences with some different cars to kind of explain to other people what's maybe possible and what's a good idea, not a good idea, and what's out there.
What does your current collection look like right now of cars? We can see some of them in the background, but what's that collection look like at the moment?
So a quick little look from the ones you guys can see in the view there. So we have our McLaren here. This is one of our latest pickups. We were telling you about how we actually bought it at auction super cheap because we bought it crashed. So it had ultra low miles, like 6,000 miles, sticker price of over $300,000. But because the accident, the guy ended up hitting a curb, we think. He bent one suspension, tie rod, and he cracked the front bumper. So we ended up picking it for 71 grand, 72 grand.
And they retail for what?
They brand new over 300, but even right now they're about 130 to 150. So we got it for half price just because it had a cracked bumper and suspension. So we fixed it within a couple of days. It was back up on the road for like 4 or 5 grand.
Yeah, and you'll see a theme with some of the other cars. A little bit older, maybe higher mileage, but we're doing that for YouTube so that we have a car that we can drive all the time and really get a lot of use out of, make a lot of videos with. And so this Ferrari F430, 50,000 miles on it, and we're responsible for a bunch of those. And a Maserati Gran Turismo, and the Viper that was our first big purchase.
And one big takeaway with all these cars, as we were saying, a lot of them, we're not just blowing cash on these cars. Like we said with McLaren, like all these cars are investments, if not money makers. We've never lost money on a car so far selling it. So it's worked out really well. You get to drive them, have fun with them, and then sell them for a profit. It's as if you're getting paid to drive your dream cars, so it's awesome. And then at the same time, we get to make fun YouTube content, share with our audience, and show them really working on cars and even saving money, not having a dealership do it. Some major repairs we have the dealership, independent shops do it, but otherwise it's all us.
It's definitely our passion. It's something that we enjoy. So making these YouTube videos is totally natural and fun and easy for us because we eat, breathe, and sleep this kind of stuff. So
how many tickets have you gotten since your first YouTube video?
Zero. I have never been pulled over. One time I kind of pulled myself over because I flew by a cop at well over the speed limit, but and the car wasn't registered at the time, and it was very illegal with its exhaust and everything. And the guy let me off because he respected the hustle. He literally walked up and he's like, "Whose car is this?" I'm like, "Mine." And he's like, "How do you afford it?" And I explained it to him, and he said, "Okay, I like what you're doing, but slow it down." So no tickets.
Yeah, I think you'll see on the channel that we are pretty responsible, conservative with some of the cars. Because we cannot handle one ticket sending our rigs through the roof, and they're already expensive enough.
So your appreciation for vehicles doesn't end with just the exotic vehicles. One of the reasons why I started following you was because of the electric cars. So talk about how you got into Tesla. What was the first Tesla that you had, and what was that journey like getting into that ecosystem?
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest factor I think for us was when that car was broken and that car was broken and our Porsche was broken all at the same time. And then we're seeing these Teslas and thinking about them and seeing how everything that was broken on one of these cars didn't even exist on a Tesla. And so that, it was a new car, which is a little more unusual for us. And
you typically buy used.
Yeah, definitely. Also, a higher price point, so we had to put our money together to justify the new car. But
and that was what car?
It was a Tesla Model X. And And
Not just any Model X?
that's true. For the channel, originally we were thinking, just
90D.
yeah.
But we said we need those reactions, so P90D ludicrous it was. And we made a lot of reaction videos. It is so much fun sharing the experience with other people. Because, if you keep doing launches, like, you get used to it. But if you can get somebody new in the car who's never been in a Tesla and share that experience with them, it's the best thing ever, and everyone has a good time.
That's true. This was, well into Teslas had been around, but we still found so many people that had never been in a Tesla, didn't even know what the car was. And so we were really enjoying the fact that we were able to do that for other people, allow other people to experience the car and share it with a lot of people.
Take them on fun road trips and everything.
Yeah, we've racked up 50,000 miles in that Tesla Model X in a couple years.
And then since then, of course, we've had the Model 3s, which have been such a joy to drive. We've road trip those across the country as well and put them through their paces, and they've held up absolutely fantastic. They're great.
Model 3 long range rear wheel drive.
One of the first ones delivered to the East Coast. We got that super early. I don't know if it was because of the YouTube channel, but somehow we got one of the first ones on the East Coast.
We did order it soon for the YouTube channel, tried to get one early that we could again share with a lot of interested people. And now ultimately the Model 3 Performance is the one that we're very, very excited about. And
we got it for free supercharging.
Yes, got it for that. So that was a nice bonus to a car that we were already interested in already. And if there's an errand to go run, that is the car of choice. Yeah.
I'm curious to know, you've got a lot of experience with exotic cars that are really quick and really fast and may very well have a long tradition of building cars, mostly handmade, right?
Yeah.
You get into the Tesla, what are some of the first things that you think about? Is it the acceleration, the no sound? What do you think of?
Well, with the Model 3 in particular, anytime we get in or anyone else gets in, they're like, wow, it's so minimalistic. That's one of the biggest things, and as you know, it's like a love-hate. Some people hate it.
Yeah.
We, for one, really like it. We're open to all sorts of new technologies and just greater strides forward in the industry. So, like you said, these cars, this one in particular, handmade, everything is just to the T, just about. You get what you pay for with $300,000. A Tesla isn't $300,000. So there's a big difference there with interior build quality. You go sit in that Ferrari, it is like you just landed in Italy and you're in Italy. There's the smells and the leathers and everything is perfect.
Yeah. I think sometimes if you blindfold us and you sit us in any random car, you know exactly what you're in when you feel the quality. But then again, you can say the same thing for the Tesla. We would absolutely know. Or a lot of people blindfolded sitting in a Tesla, you know it's a Tesla. So that's, I think, what they're going for. That minimal, that's what they want to be known for, and that's what makes sense economically to them and everything.
Where does that, with the acceleration, fall into play with all the cars that you've owned or driven?
Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good question. So that car will just about smoke all these cars off the line to 40, 50, 60 miles an hour. After that, this thing will be coming up real quick on you and it'll be cruising on by. But the thing is, on the streets out here, speed limits everywhere around here are 55, 65 at most. That's all you need. You don't need anything more. So that's why we love the Tesla, because we love accelerating up to the speed limit and then chilling from there. We don't take these things anywhere close to their top speeds because we don't want to lose our licenses. So it's great for the Tesla in that regard.
That's true.
Technology-wise, what is the biggest difference between the Teslas that you own, and these current, more traditional, classic cars?
So I was thinking about earlier how when I sit in those cars, there's not a lot to do. I keep track of the gauges on these different cars. There's whole stacks of gauges, oil temperatures, pressures, and boost pressure, all that kind of stuff to keep track of and to be responsible for when you're driving one of these cars. And when you're driving a Tesla, you are not really responsible. You could be not responsible for anything when you put it into autopilot. You can blame things on the car to the cop or to whatever.
Yeah, that's a big thing. These things are just so far behind technology. It's pretty eye-opening, but you kind of each their own. With a Ferrari, you get the most incredible V8 sound. With Tesla, you don't get any sound, so it's just kind of push and pull, but we like both for their own ways. And we just love them all. And then showcasing, like I said, the Teslas on the channel have been a lot of fun because we get the cars really early. We've been able to show things we like about the car, things we dislike. I remember the 5 things we hate or dislike about the Model 3. That in that video got a lot of views, but just about all the things we dislike about the car were updated via over their software.
That's true. Yeah, that's really cool. And I was just going to mention that going forward, I definitely see these cars still having their place as a hobby for people, as an interest, but the Tesla for the normal kind of driving, I see the future being, why are we still driving ourselves where people are smarter than this or have more important things to worry about than keeping it between the lines maybe. So I see the future headed more that direction. These will always be fun antiques. We're interested in older and history and everything, and these will always have their place. But
I think one thing also that I'm super excited about these electric cars is you look at this engine in the McLaren, 3.8 liter twin turbo V8. It's probably the most advanced internal combustion engine, or right around at the peak of what it can and will be. Whereas the electric car is just getting started. It's only going to get better, 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 better. So that's super exciting to see. Just as we move forward, electric cars are going to get better. Whereas these things are bound to get in line. It's hard to pull another 50 horsepower out of the liter. You just can't. Like, it's going to be hard. So with electric cars, there's unlimited possibilities in
Yes,
there.
great.
So I look forward to that.
Okay, so we're going to wrap things up by doing a few rapid fire questions.
Cool.
So
I like that.
give my viewers a chance to get to know you a little bit more on a personal level. So I'll let both of you answer these questions. So the first question I'm going to kick to you is, which of the upcoming Teslas are you most excited about?
I think hands down the Roadster.
You as well, Christian?
yeah, that's true.
The specs on that thing are mind-blowing. And the price point you're getting it at, the specs are equivalent to like multi-million-dollar cars. So the fact that it's a tenth of that, pretty amazing.
And you've got plans to get at least one, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
yeah, we have been really fortunate by being able to share Tesla with so many people. We have the opportunity to obtain one of those Teslas early on.
That's a nice discount too, so that helps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Favorite car you've ever driven?
Oh boy. You got one? You like the McLaren?
Yeah, I like the McLaren. I'm seeing the Tesla right behind it, but it would be the McLaren for me.
So I have one. I didn't drive it, but I was fortunate enough to ride in the Rimac Concept 1, and that was shocking, eye-opening. Literally, your eyes go like the back of your head when that thing hits the gas. Hits the electricity. So that was fun. Multi-million-dollar car. And Remac's been a really nice company. We've been able to work with them on a lot of different things. And now with the Concept 2 coming out, they want to have us in Croatia, and they even offered that we can help them build one of the Concept 2s and put on some carbon fiber and like put on some components. So we're excited for that.
Okay, great. I'm gonna put you a little bit on the spot here. I want you to can you give a hint to what car you're looking forward to getting here in the very near future? Any hint or region that it's maybe produced?
So we just
looking at each other like
we just mentioned to him it's the next car that's going to be on the channel. We're super excited for it. Hints, because
it has 4 wheels.
It has 4 wheels. It has
Is it a
2
coupe?
seats. Yes, it's a coupe, 2-seat coupe, and we said on our channel how it has 12 cylinders already. So we'll say that it has a V12, and we want to say, we'll say it's from Italy too. So a V12 powered car from Italy. That's not cheap, but we got a great deal on it, and it'll be a money maker as well.
So everyone will have to tune in. When can they expect that video?
Probably sometime within a week.
Yeah,
for a week of this video going on.
Perfect. Awesome.
That's exciting.
Well, thank you two for your time and showing me these beautiful cars. Looking forward to hanging out later tonight at the Nicolet event, and maybe I can get a ride in one of the cars.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go get some tacos. We're taking
Nice.
the plane. We'll see what he thinks about it.
Cool. Well, thanks again, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's go drive some cars.
Yeah.